The ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Newton on 3rd down. And Eifert has it. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. On 1st down, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Newton. Throw caught here by Bird. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And an alley to run. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice gain. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down now, it's Barber. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mayfield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
Now, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Newton now to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barber. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Regular. Real. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
From the 41, Mayfield looking here for Smith downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Barber on 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On second down, here's Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Here's Newton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield to throw it. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. It's time to end it. Real. Squeeze, double. Switch.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's first and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. It's caught, Smith, and all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Vincent Smith, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead now stands at 13. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Mike, 55.
From the gun, here's Newton. And an alley to run. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Newton. Flush to his right. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
36.
A final shot before the break. Newton looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check. Pistol. Under 10.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Mike's 50. Run.
49, check 49.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You're trapped. You're trapped.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton got his man. It's Eifert. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
No. Check.
Mixon with a 1st down carry.
You ain't going nowhere.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter with his man, their zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They were making plays on the football, contesting everything.
23 yards the pickup there. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones, because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. He hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. His throw incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Newton now to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Damiere Byrd, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are able to cut into that lead. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try.
He's not going to get me.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Good.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. King! Hey, Team 6.
Mayfield down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert! Go!
They'll try and run with their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180!
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Taylor. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Run. 40's Mike right there. 40's
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. From the gun, Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Nixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on fourth. Newton to the left side here for Eifert. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw, and he finds Seals Jones complete. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Mayfield to throw it this time. Able to find Shaheen here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Let's go, let's go.
Now Newton on 1st down.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here I come again.
Throwing again. Newton, he's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Newton. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Mike, 180. Kings. I got it.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On the give, this is their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun. 8.
To throw again. Newton. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
Mike 42. Watch the screen. Tight dog.
20. 8.
Out of the gun, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep down. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Newton. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
53 for Mike.
8.
I know he ain't got it. Chance by
6. One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Cleveland, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.